I'd like to call the Miami Valley Communications Council Wednesday, March 15th meeting to order. If you join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I get a roll call?
Yes, sir. Joanne Rao.
Here.
Brooks Compton.
Here.
Brian Walsig.
Here.
Lisa Duval.
Here.
Bob Scott.
Here.
Michelle Collins.
Here.
Sarah Thacker.
Here.
Don Burchett.
Here.
Rob Stevens.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. And can I get approval of the January 18th, 2023 board meeting minutes?
Move for approval.
Second.
There's a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, legislation. We just have one piece of legislation today. Resolution 2023-001, authorizing the MVCC Board Chair to execute an Executive Director employment agreement so as to extend the term of Jay Weiskircher as Executive Director and to provide an increase in the Executive Director's hourly compensation. Can I get a second on that?
Second.
Any
Second.
second? Thank you. Any discussion? Anyone want to make any comments on this? No? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Jay, Executive Director's Report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In the back of the room, you all know Jen and Sheila, but the other gentleman back there in the nicely trimmed beard is our new Chief Broadcast Engineer, Greg Torrey. Greg started right after President's Day, and so he's finishing up his fourth week with us, so we're very pleased to have him on board. He's in the process of getting acclimated right now, so so far, so good. I would also make this comment. Lisa and Bob know that a couple weeks ago they had the mayor's address, and there were some technical audio problems. It didn't go out on the air that way, but I think for the folks inside the Kettering Council chambers, they were getting some feedback. So immediately after the meeting, new city manager Matt called me and said, "Hey Jay, we had a snafu last night, and we need to find out what the problem is." So that's Greg's bread and butter. When he was down in Humana campus down in Louisville, Kentucky, he was audio visual specialist, so that's right up his alley. Anyway, he went over there with Kettering staff. They troubleshot the problem, and I believe it's been resolved. Well, Sheila tells me that last night Greg took it upon himself to attend the Kettering City Council meeting just to make sure that
Good job.
everything was
Wow.
in good standing. So I think that speaks a lot of Greg, and we're very pleased to have him on board.
I think it's a sad commentary he doesn't have better things to do. Thank you though for being there.
Of course. Thank you, Jay.
Thanks, Greg. Just a few things, Mr. Chairman. Another update on aggregation. We're going to be sending out the RFP for soliciting electricity quotes in early May, and those will be due in late May. Assuming we receive competitive pricing, probably sign a contract in June, and then for those communities who are participating, the opt-out notices will go out in July. We have 11 cities that have agreed to join us. We have 2 additional communities who already have aggregation agreements in place, so as soon as those expire, they will be joining the MVCC program as well. We have 3 additional cities that have aggregation on the May ballot. Assuming those initiatives are passed, they will be joining the program as well. We will be issuing a second RFP this summer, and that will be for natural gas. Not sure how many of the communities are interested in natural gas, but that'll certainly be an option for those communities that are. Again, we don't know how many will participate at this time. A lot will depend, obviously, on what type of pricing we receive. So, like I say, I'm just pleased to report we've got a very excellent turnout in terms of the number of communities that are going to be participating with us, and we're pretty much on the schedule that we first outlined about 6 or 7 months ago. So that's all good news. If anybody has any questions, I'll try and answer those. I think all of you who are going to participate, the cities right now are in the process. Some of them have already held their public hearings, have already passed their resolutions. Others are in the process of doing that. Hopefully, we'll get everybody into the fold by the end of March, first part of April. So that's what we're shooting at on that. So again, all good news on the aggregation front. We talk about collaboration a lot, and another good example of that is a program that's currently underway, and that involves pavement marking. So, striping the streets. Staff-wise, Sheila carries the burden on that. She makes contact with all of our member cities, all of our affiliate cities. She gets all the quantities, and then she sends that information out to the prospective bidders. We have 14 communities involved in this year's program, and those bids are due in a couple of weeks, Sheila?
Yes.
A couple of weeks. We'll compile that information, then we send it out to the communities who are participating, and then they have the option to work with whatever company provides their community the best price. So once we take the quotes, then we pass it along to the cities, and then they negotiate from there, scheduling and all those other things. But again, it's just another good example of collaboration, and the fact that hopefully everyone gets better pricing because we're working together on this. And then finally, for those of you in the viewing audience, hopefully you've noticed that the clarity of today's proceedings are much clearer than they were when we last met in January, and that's because at the end of February, we converted to high definition on all 4 of our access channels. So I hope some of you have noticed the difference if you've been channel surfing, but if any of your residents reach out to you and say, hey, I was watching your council meeting the other night and the picture seems much clearer, it really is. It's made a tremendous difference. So it's something that we're very pleased about. There were a couple technical snafus along the way that were unanticipated, but Spectrum has worked through those, and I think we're in pretty good shape now. So that was a project that was about a little more than a year in the making, but it's done now, and like I said, the results speak for themselves. The other thing I wanted to mention, you obviously just passed a resolution involving the executive director's position. I just want to tell you that I thoroughly enjoy working here. I thoroughly enjoy working with the tremendous staff that we have. I enjoy working with you folks here on the board, city managers, the police chiefs, the other elected officials, the staffs from all of our various member and affiliate cities. MVCC has an excellent reputation out there, so I feel very honored to be associated with this organization, and I look forward to continuing to work with you folks in years to come. So I very much appreciate the sentiment. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
There you go. Well, Jay, we appreciate you. That's why it was a quick vote and a unanimous vote, and we are glad that you are extended through June of 2025, correct? There it is. There it is. So this is all great news for all of us.
I was a little nervous that there wasn't a second on the motion for several seconds, but
I've got to keep you on your toes, Weiskircher. Yeah. And let me address, we'll slide right into chair comments. Greg, I suggest you don't show up to another council meeting for a while because you may set precedent. We may expect you at all of them. Okay? We're pretty greedy as council members. And Jay, can you call Spectrum? Is it possible to not put some council members in HD and others are? Is that possible? We have some up for election, and I think it might be better if they're not in HD. Is that possible, Jay?
I don't know.
Okay, get back to me on that, would you please? Otherwise, I do not have any comments except for that sincerely I appreciate Jay being here and everything he does. So thank you, Jay, and welcome, Greg. All right. Any board comments and community updates? Anyone? Nothing going on right now. Nothing in March, huh? Okay, nothing wrong with that. All right, this might be my quickest meeting ever, Jay. This might be it. If nothing else, we will meet either in April or May. Jay will get back to us on that, on what is on our docket and what we need to discuss. So make sure you have those dates on your calendars, and he'll let you know what's coming up, and we'll go from there. So.
Rob, one thing I might mention.
And there's Brooks. Yeah. And there it is. Yes, Brooks.
I hate to let a meeting go by.
No, it's okay, Brooks. That's fine. I know.
There was quite a bit of publicity about the Cincinnati Children's Hospital opening a facility up here on Clio Road, just right just right around the bend here, that was received very well. And they were telling us in the course of that, as soon as they announced that they were opening a location here, they had, what was it, 400 appointments in one day that were scheduled.
Wow.
So we're very excited about that opening. That's quite a facility over there. They'll have a very big presence here, and it's really with the idea of having to be able to serve those so that they don't have to go down to the main campus down at Cincinnati Children's. So that was kind of an ugly day.
That was terrible.
It was a terrible day. It was raining and about 33 degrees, but they had a really nice tent set up. I think there'll be a very nice presence for it, and we were excited that they filled a spot that is great for.
It's been empty for a while.
Yep.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, convenience of quality health care is top. That's a top priority for everyone. So that's great. Good news. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. Meeting adjourned.